From prime to the pros, I was built for this. Now I'm running the dog pound, can't miss. They said I fold, now I'm throwing like 6. Browns got the future, I came with a gift. Pocket so calm, heart full of fight. Vision on gold, wrist full of ice. Number 12 on the jersey, but never in rank. Put the city on my back like gas in the tank.
QB1 in the land, now we up. She ain't cold, but the kid too tough. She with the dance, playing each play. Browns got the truth, believe what I say. Perfect timing. Dog pound. Every snap, every drive, it's precision and grace. I ain't come to play safe, I came to replace. Talk that talk, but my game too loud. Turn up the dog pound, make prime proud. Legacy rich, but I double the grind. Diamonds on time, still humble in mind. They ain't ready for the QB with swag. With a gold AP and a Cleveland flag. QB1 in the land, now we up. Sweetland cold, but the kid too tough. Shade you with the dance, blazing each play. Hey, Bros got the truth, believe what I say. From bolder nights to NFL dreams, now I'm leading men, not just teams. They tried to doubt, tried to shade, tried to run me out. Now they chant my name in the dog pound call. QB1 in the lane, gold cleats on grass. But never fold, never fake, just built to last. Watch the throne, I ain't ask, I just grab. The Shedeur in Cleveland, welcome to the flag.
From prime to the pros, I was built for this. Now I'm running the dog pound, can't miss. They said I fold, now I'm throwing like 6. Browns got the future, I came with a gift. Pocket so calm, heart full of fight. Vision on gold, wrist full of ice. Number 12 on the jersey, but never in rank. Put the city on my back like gas in the tank.
QB1 in the land, now we up. She ain't cold, but the kid too tough. She with the dance, playing each play. Browns got the truth, believe what I say. Perfect timing. Dog pound. Every snap, every drive, it's precision and grace. I ain't come to play safe, I came to replace.
Hold on, man. I ain't changed my title. Hold on. Here it is right here. That's what I need. I done started out trying to do it real quick, and I forgot to do this. I know it's late. We ain't gonna be on that long anyway. There it is. We ain't gonna be on that long anyway. Appreciate y'all for watching, man. Hit that like button. Subscribe and share and tell your friend about that money, man. You already know, man. Hey, we're going to take a look. We're going to take a look at Kevin Stefanski. We're going to take a look at Kevin Stefanski. You know, I'm country folk. It's hard for me to say that. You know what I'm talking about. But we're going to take a look at the interview that's going viral right now, man. Look at that. It ain't even up. Now y'all like, boy, he tripping. He ain't got nothing ready, boy. But yeah, we're going to take a look at the interview of Kevin Stefanski the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, right here, right now, man, live. I know it's late, but we're going to get to it, man. We got to debunk everything, but we got to see what he is talking about, Shedeur. And you know what I'm saying, man? Let's go ahead and take a look.
As well. Morning, Coach. Morning, Tone.
Morning, guys. Thanks for having us.
We were talking about Rowdy K, and I'm sorry, Tony. So apparently, your dad has a horse. Did it run in the Oaks?
In the Oaks.
That's
oh my
correct.
God, on
Drexel
Friday?
Hill,
Yeah,
we saw.
Crazy story. So my dad's first job out of college was at a racetrack. He was down at Gulfstream, Florida. Then I think he was at Atlantic City in Jersey. It was a very short run for him in the race world as a executive, and then got involved in some horses. And most recently, he has a few horses. And one of them was named Drexel Hill, which is the town he grew up in Philly. And she came in second at the Oaks. 43-1. So we were hoping she'd just show, of course, or get in the top 5.
Could have given us
she
a
came
text.
down the stretch. Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys. And then here she came down the stretch. I think lost by 2 lengths, but we celebrated like she won the race.
Yeah,
like we went. Sure. I think the people next to us thought we to be at the Oaks, and that was an experience. Have you guys been to Oaks?
Oh,
or
yeah. Aaron's rehearsal dinner, Kevin, was at Churchill Downs. His wife's family's from Louisville.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'd been there a couple times. Been there on the infield, wasted, and then
That's
went.
a different experience.
And then been up in the.
This was a
the name?
pacer, right? It was a pacer.
Trotters,
We claimed it.
Yeah.
We claimed it.
Mm-hmm.
It had won 3 races in a row, looked like a champion. So we claim it, and we automatically we're like deworming it. We're treating it like the greatest racehorse ever. And we get the horse, and we can't keep it on stride, okay?
Bro, they're here talking about horse racing, bro. Come on now. My speaker messing up. All that time you want to mess up tonight.
race.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you want to go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Coach, where are you guys right? If you're in here with us right now, is there anything going on today, or
I
are the
hope
kids
not.
off till Monday?
I'm missing it if it is going on. The players are off until Tuesday, so off Monday for the holiday, and then we'll start OTA number 1 on Tuesdays. Our guys are itching to compete against each other. You know, we're competing, but we're competing we're trying to get creative in how you compete because you can't go offense versus defense right now. So the guys are looking forward to breaking the huddle and actually going up against the defense, because in phase 2, which has been the last 3 weeks, you're allowed to be out on the field, you're allowed to be working with your players, but you can't line up your offense versus defense, which is kind of the whole point of this game.
How is the integration gone with the vets and the kids?
Awesome. Yeah, outstanding. Really proud of the work that the guys are putting in. It's hard. It's not easy right now. The guys are in early, staying late. And I think the coaches are doing a really, really nice job of laying the foundational knowledge of systems, which that's what you do in phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1, you're in the classroom and they're working out. You're not in the field. Phase 2, finally, you get on the field. So there really is a ramp up that the league has designed here before you get on the field. But I think the coaches are doing a really, really nice job explaining the systems and bringing these guys along.
So, quarterback-wise, you added players at minicamp to give 2 quarterbacks a lot of reps. What do you do now to keep that going?
Yeah, I think the big thing for us is maximizing every rep, Tony. So certainly you're going to have more 7-on-7. You're going to have 2 7-on-7s. You're going to have 2 team periods starting on Wednesday. So the number of reps will increase while you're not trying to run your receivers ragged into the ground. So you're certainly trying to be smart about that. You'll do a red zone 7-on-7 for that reason. The other thing you do with quarterbacks, and this is kind of a new thing within the last 10 years, and I had it at the Vikings when coaching quarterbacks, is virtual reality. VR can be a big tool for especially young players. Something it's really dependent on the player, how they like it, but that's something that we'll be working the next 3 weeks with that. And what you're essentially trying to do is, if I'm a quarterback, or any player, but take quarterback for now, if I get the rep, it's a learning experience for me. So it's whatever the play is, and I got that rep, I got how it felt, I got what it sounded like coming out of the huddle. How do you replicate that is really the question. So what you can do is you can stand behind that quarterback while he's getting a rep, and you can call the play on your own, and you can take the drop, and you can kind of go where you would go with the ball and not throw anything. Or you then go after practice, and we have these beautiful walkthrough rooms at work, with a huge screen, whatever it is, 30.
VR.
This isn't VR. This is just gosh, it's probably 25-yard screen in front of you with turf field where you can then put the angle that is closest to the players and then mimic the rep that way. Or, to your point, Tony, you can then do VR. So there's ways to, if you're not getting.
So this how they about to get all these 5 quarterbacks reps? Because you know, man, y'all watched my video earlier. I don't know what YouTube got going on with my channel, bro. But so they about to use VR in this 25-foot room with turf to get Shedeur reps. So they about to do this for all 5 quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying? And the way everybody was talking, the Browns ain't got no money, but obviously they do. Their fan base must be crazy up there. They not love the team. We expect them to lose every year, but they still love the team. It's ridiculous, bro.
Getting the actual rep, I do believe there's ways to try to get that rep in a variety of ways.
Kevin, people are making such a big deal out of the order of the quarterback reps. It's a first of all, it's a unique situation, Coach. 4 quarterbacks, actually 5 in your room. Is it a big deal? How will you go about it? And will things change as the weeks go on?
They certainly could. I think, is it a big deal? We don't pay attention to lines. I tell the players, don't pay attention to where you are in line, because where you are on Tuesday, it may be different Wednesday. So, no, we don't pay close attention to that. Certainly, you have to decide what order the guys are going to go out, and sometimes it may be player X, player Y, whatever it is. The big thing for us is making sure we give the guys enough reps that they need. So making sure that they have enough where.
Hold on, Kevin. I got a question. The question they ain't asking. Is Mary Kay telling the truth? Is Kenny Pickett going to be getting the first reps, the first team reps, and is Dylan Gabriel going to get the second team reps? Because I need to know. Because other than that, we need to go ahead and trade Shedeur right now, bro. Because I'm sick of this Brown circus right now, man. You need to let me know. Us and everybody else know. Because this is ridiculous. Kenny Pickett ain't did nothing in the NFL. Dylan Gabriel just getting here. Joe Flacco done won a Super Bowl, but he's taking 3rd string? Come on, bro. Come on now.
Both, it's twofold. Both they're learning the system, they're developing, and we're evaluating them. We're finding out more about them. So that's where I said before, it's not going to be everybody gets 25% of these reps. That's not how it's going to be. We want to give everybody enough reps where we can learn more about them and prepare them to get ready to play.
I mean, are there enough reps with 4 guys?
Yeah, I mean, if you're asking a coach, you'd want to be out there for 4 hours and playing. Obviously, that's not.
You're not allowed.
You're not allowed, and it's to the original point. You'd run your receivers into the ground. So the big thing for me when it comes to reps, kind of like we were talking about earlier, of course, there's a finite amount of them. That's part of the evaluation. We evaluate how the guys throw in individual drills. We get their accuracy in those drills. Obviously, we evaluate them, how they're taking the system in the meeting room, how they perform in walkthrough, how they're doing in the weight room, what they're like around their players. So that whole thing, I tell the players this all the time, you're being evaluated how you walk out into the field. We're just looking at everything, and I'm talking about every position. I want the guys to understand that this is their job. They got to take it seriously and just know that you have to pour everything you got into this thing.
Kev, you're way out.
So Coach, hold on, Coach. I got my own questions. I know they ain't gonna get answered right now. You know what I'm saying? So if you watching everything and you see the team already gravitating towards Shedeur, I mean, does that play a role in it? Or it's just that he can relate better than Dylan Gabriel or Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett? Which one is it? Because I don't know, bro. Because if you watching everything and you seeing, but this what I don't like. Let me put it like this. This what I don't like. Everybody talking about Shedeur going to be QB1 now. A week after the draft, they were talking about, is he even going to make the team? Now, all of a sudden, he QB1. I don't want these folk flip-flopping. I want them to stay true to what they said the first time. So, Coach, tell me, if you evaluating everything, what have you seen the players gravitate to in the locker room? How do he walk out there on the field? We need to see the meeting room. That's what we really need to see. But we know we ain't gonna see that like that.
Cliche would be to say they're all competing. Are they really all for competing for the potential to be the starting quarterback on September 7th
Because
against Cincinnati?
The perception, coach, is that it would take a lot for a rookie to come in and beat out Joe Flacco or even Kenny, who have played in NFL games.
Yeah, for me and for us, we're not even there yet. For us, it's really we're worried about OTA number one, worried about Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week. If you're on our roster, you're competing for a role. And the guys have heard that from me, and it's the truth. We don't have to set the roster till late August. We don't have to set a depth chart. We have to get the football team ready to play, certainly, but you're competing for a role in what you do. So I would hope every player on our team, quarterback or otherwise, is competing for a role.
Is Pickett first up?
We'll see. Yeah, Tony.
See, I don't like none of this, man. I don't like none of this. Because if y'all been following, man, and you seen how Jacksonville, I know there's a different organization, different people, different franchise, different player. But if you just look at how they over there talking about Travis, he this amazing person, but then when it comes to Shedeur and this situation with this 5-quarterback system they got going on in Cleveland, we'll see. Ain't nobody the front run. Come on, bro. It's like, at this point, we all know the Browns didn't want to draft Shedeur. They did not want him there. Come on now. This is ridiculous, man. This getting to be a real circus, and it ain't Shedeur. It's the Cleveland Browns franchise becoming a circus, man. Y'all created this mess, and now you talking about Kenny Pickett. We'll see. The lady putting out there that Kenny Pickett getting their first reps. So we need the confirmation. Talking about you ain't got that far yet. You better get that far quick and trade Kenny Pickett up out of there.
Wednesday? Tony will be there Wednesday? Tony, will you be hold on. What time Wednesday? Are you going to call in? Are you going to do Instagram? What are you going to do? We got to know. It's such a big
Tony,
social
those thumbs are going to be working overtime.
I have the slowest thumbs out there. That's my problem. But can you
yeah.
tell, Riz, that you guys do chart every pass?
We do.
Just said it.
Yeah, and I'm talking an individual in the plays that you see, the plays that you know that we're doing off to the side. So we're taking in all this information with them. Of course, yes, could Kenny get the first reps? Yeah, sure. Joe could get him. One of the rookies can get him. But we're not breathlessly worried so much about how that order comes off. It is really a constant evaluation in everything these players do.
Kevin, the other thing that plays into this is Shedeur. And as Tony says, Tony says he's famous for being famous. There's a story about Shedeur in the New York Post this morning. I mean, he was a 5th-round draft pick. You worked with Brett Favre in Minnesota. Does that affect anything in the building when you have a player as popular as he is right now and the way he was acquired and the fall during the draft day and everything? Can you tell us, has he come to work like just about every other rookie?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Shedeur's a great kid, and you're right. There's certainly whether it's a following that he's earned. I mean, that's something that he's done a great job of interacting with fans. But he is a great, great kid. You guys will get to know him more. He's working like crazy, just like all the guys. He's another young man. These rookies, you know, my office is downstairs. As they got to walk by my office as they come in. They come in early. And Shedeur, just like all those guys, he's in there early. He's getting his work done. So he's working really, really hard. I like everything there is about Shedeur.
And then Dylan has to be the guy who's not really famous.
Look, he gave it the most generic answer, but listen to what he's saying. See, I'm particular about what he's saying now. He's saying all these guys. The man asked you just about Shedeur. He keeps saying no, it's Shedeur going in there early. They're the only one we worried about right now. Because with all this information, he came in the interview like this. He ain't prepared in the meetings. We already knew it was a lie. But don't try to put the other ones in there so you can deflect the question and make it about all of them. But then give your expertise, talking about how you really like Shedeur, and we know you like him better than the other ones. Because you were so caught up in the narrative too that you sat there and talked to the boy, had a 30 visit. Like, what? Come on now. Quit falling for that foolery, man. Just answer the question like he asked about Shedeur specifically. That's the only one we needed to hear about. Quit trying to add everybody else in there to make it generic. Like it's a generic answer. You just said you love everything about Shedeur. That's all you had to say.
Who a lot of people didn't remember from college, although he had a great career and all that. Shedeur said everybody's getting along, that everybody's kind of one. Have the veterans and rookies in that room taken to each other?
That are really supporting each other. This is high. Well, maybe I hope it's high-level football when you're talking about having Joe and Kenny and Deshaun and Bill Musgrave and Tommy Reese, and we're covering a lot of ball, a lot of situational football, and Joe can tell stories about his practices back in, the day in Baltimore and give great example to these young players. And the young guys, as you can imagine, are very quiet and are soaking it all up. And then we have extra meeting time then with the rookies where it's just them in the room. But it's been a fun few weeks in that room covering a lot of ball. There's as you guys know, and with that position, there's just so much that goes into it. And for young players, I mean, it's as simple as there's some rules that are different in the college game. So there's a lot to cover. There's a lot of ground to cover with the young guys, and they get to sit in a room with some high-level players that see the game at an extremely high level. And look at Kenny's in there talking about what the Super Bowl champs just did the year before. So it's great perspective for those young players.
So you said you're not.
I bet Kenny is talking about it. He had a perfect view from the sideline. Tell you what you mean. And the only I hope it is high level because you got Joe Flacco in there. Why wouldn't it be high level if you got players on an NFL team who only 1% make it? It better be high level. Make no sense, bro. Man, this foolery here, bro.
Like breathlessly, worried about the order now. Yeah. So at which point are you? Is it the Philadelphia week where you want to know who your starter is?
Yeah, I think you get into training camp and obviously you're getting the team ready for week one, those preseason games, so at Carolina, at Philly, and then home against the Rams. Those are all part of the evaluation for all of our players and certainly the quarterback position. So we really are focused.
Kevin, that about to be too late. I get it. You gotta evaluate, but around that time, you better have a picture in your mind who's gonna be the QB1 and QB2. You can't go in the preseason in them 3 little short games and determine who's gonna be quarterback 1, who's gonna be quarterback 2, who's gonna be third string, and who we trading. Come on, man. They're gonna be too late. That's why y'all fans and y'all media people keep saying y'all gonna go 0-6. 0-5 to start the season. Because you ain't got no true, you don't even know who's going to be the quarterback. Maybe they do. He just giving generic answers. I don't know, man. He not talking to he's speaking to the quarterback room, so no one feels anyone had the edge. Exactly. He's speaking so generic that when they ask about Shedeur, he want to include everybody. We not asking about them. We asking about Shedeur. Answer the question about Shedeur. Man, go ahead and trade him, bro. Trade Shedeur up out of this mess, bro. Y'all ain't watch my last video I just posted earlier today, man. Go watch that. This whole Brown franchise is a circus, man. I want my money back. Jeez.
Focused mostly right now, Tony, on the next practices, the OTAs, the mini camps. We'll have a plan once we get into training camp, but that plan will be informed by the next month or so.
Kevin, is it difficult, though, to walk that line of doing your evaluation, yet getting a team ready to play? Now, I mean, this is kind of a sore subject. I don't want to bring it up, but, last year we really didn't play a lot of guys in the preseason. I know last year was an anomaly. You started 1-6. Will you change things up this year to try and get this team better prepared for weeks 1 through 5?
Yeah, we've kind of, over the years, Tony, had different plans going into each preseason, and it is so dependent on the players you have. It's so dependent on the health that you have going into those weeks. So I think when we get into training camp, we'll have a better feel for what that will look like. We did not start fast last year. We didn't do much well last year, so I wouldn't take much stock in anything because that really what the learning there is, wasn't good enough, and there's about 1 million areas that we need to be better, and I wouldn't say it's just one thing.
Kevin, the fifth guy, you talked about the 4 quarterbacks, but it's really 5. What is Deshaun's role now, and what do you think his future holds?
He's doing a great job. He's in the building every single day. He's rehabbing like crazy. That is really his main focus is getting better with the surgery that he had. So he's attacking the rehab, and then, again, having a guy in that room that's providing great perspective to these young players and is involved, is included in this group. And I think that's the beauty of football.
Look here. The only one I want to hear from is Joe Flacco. I don't want to hear from Deshaun. He can't teach me nothing. I don't want to hear about masseuses. I don't want to hear about getting massages and happy endings. All I need to hear is from Joe Flacco. That's it. Kenny Pickett ain't did nothing. Dylan Gabriel ain't did nothing. Shedeur ain't did nothing. Deshaun ain't did nothing. I want to hear from Joe Flacco. And that's it. He the only one in that room that done been on the mountaintop. He don't want a Super Bowl. He know what a Super Bowl team look like and how it feel in the locker room. I don't worry about nobody else. Deshaun, pack your bags. Go with your fiance over there. Both of y'all go get some massages and leave the Browns alone. Stay far away from Shedeur. No Diddy.
Football is having 5 guys in the room, all from different walks of life, all from different points in their career. That is the fun part for me as a football junkie, just to be able to hear Deshaun talk about a read and how he's seen it over the years, or hear Kenny, hear Joe, and then watch these young kids just soak it all up.
And what a mix it is, Kevin. You said, like, the diversity in that room alone. But you get that with all 53 of your players. Is that the biggest challenge for you, is bringing everyone together? The years we had really good seasons, 20 and 2 years ago, it just seemed like everybody was on the same page. Explain to everybody how it's more than just X's and O's. It's about bringing a team together.
Yeah, it's listen, every year stands on its own merit. Every team is different. Of course, you have some players, some coaches that remain the same, but, man, it's every year and team takes on their own life, if you will. So what we're doing right now, we're in the early stages of that, Tony, so we're just now building it. We're just now explaining, certainly to the young guys, what our team is about. But it'll be over the course of time that you kind of figure out who you are and figure out what makes you tick. But while you're doing all of that, you're trying to have a connected football team. Those teams that are connected, those teams that care about each other. You want to give forth that effort. It really matters when you care about that person to the left and the right of you.
Kevin, are you pairing up the quarterbacks a certain way at OTAs, like veteran and rookie here, veteran and rookie there?
I think we have a plan, Tony, but really I have a plan that's in pencil for next week, and then I want to take in information and be able to adjust. But certainly we have on the field next week, we'll have 2 rookies and 2 veterans. So you'll see them kind of hanging together for a little bit, but that could change really day to day.
And the reps are going to try to be equal, but eventually, Kevin, you're going to have to get somebody ready, for the start. Does Joe have an advantage being here 2 years ago in this offense where the other 3 have not?
Yeah, it's hard for me to say what advantage anybody has. Obviously, Joe's 40 years old. He's played in this system, has played well. He's seen a lot of football, has won a Super Bowl. So I think Joe's advantage is the fact that he's experienced, but I don't want to say that there's any advantage for anybody.
Yeah.
Has Flacco done VR before now?
That's a great question.
Bro, I don't even know why he even here, bro. If you ain't going to answer no questions straight up, I don't even know why you here. I know he the head coach. He got to be, vague in some areas, but, man, come on. You can say something real about Joe Flacco. You can say right now Joe Flacco the starter. Just go ahead and say that. That'll shut everything up, everything down. He done been in the offense. He know how to run the offense. He a vet, proven vet, not Kenny Pickett. Joe Flacco is a proven vet. Just name him the starter, and then figure out who your QB2 is. Is he giving coach talk? He talking in circles. He ain't. They done. Look here. Andrew Berry probably said, "Look, you gonna go up there. We gonna train you on this media talk, so you don't say too much, but not too little. We gonna tread the line in the middle. We gonna give him a little bit, but not a lot of bit. We ain't gonna answer the question, but we not gonna answer the question. We gonna answer the question, but we not gonna answer the question at the same time. Bruh, just say Joe Flacco QB1, and Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel, and Kenny Pickett fighting for number 2. I'll be happy with that, bruh. Not none of these running around the question answers. Bro, we all know Joe already know the offense, man. Is proven. I showed the stats. In 5 games, he threw for more yards and touchdowns than Deshaun Watson did in 6. The same year, in the same offense. Come on, bro. Not saying nothing we don't already know. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. Like, what is this 39 minutes? I'm still going to upload it, though.
I was thinking more of the young players when we were talking about VR. We'll text Joe. We'll find out.
Tony, that's a no from Coach right there.
text him
Flacco
right
is
now.
not done VR.
We'll find out.
You're going to find out right now.
Yep.
Coach, are we going back to a version of the offense you ran here in the past? Is it a hybrid of the offense you have run in the past? What can we expect after last year, pretty much a failed experiment?
Yeah, I think certainly there's things that we believe in, myself, Tommy Reese, Mike Bloomgren, our offensive line coach. There are things that we're going to do in the run games, in the pass game, and how we operate. But what that looks like to the fan or to us, it's really more about what we believe and what are the things we're going to hang our hat on. So there are some things that we want to continue to do that we've had great success with, but if you're not evolving in this league,
right,
it'll go right by you.
Right, you got every year you've got to evolve in somehow.
I say this all the time. These defensive coaches are pretty good.
Yeah.
So if you just sit there and say, "Hey, I'm going to roll out the balls, and we're going to run these plays that we ran 3 years ago, 5 years ago," that doesn't work. So you have to constantly be updating what you're doing, and that's the fun part for me. And having Tommy Reese now going into second year with us, was in college before that. Mike Bloomgren, our offensive line coach, was in college the last few years, was in the NFL prior. I have a lot of new faces that can bring great perspective as you put an offensive system together. Play
calling, did you make that? I'm pleading ignorant here. Are you calling the plays this time, or will you decide?
I said.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. They're going to give virtual reps to these rookies. Mainly Shedeur. That means he need to be in there every chance he get, if them the only reps he gonna get. He ain't gonna get no real field reps. He's so vague with it, we don't know nothing. Because how you gonna split the reps evenly? Because eventually, only the OTAs, this is probably the only time they're gonna split reps evenly, the OTAs. Because they're gonna be starting running out of time. Because you ain't got nothing but June, July, August preseason start, September season. You ain't got that much time to keep splitting reps. That's why I said the preseason, he talking about evaluating it still in the preseason. That's too late. You need to have a QB1 going into training camp, not still trying to figure it out while you in training camp. Because now you just creating more question marks in the team, the fans, and specifically your quarterback room, because now one of them know who's going to be the starter, who's going to be the second string. Or who's going to be the starter, and, okay, I got to battle for the second string. Everybody's still trying to battle for the first string, but you already know ain't none of them got a chance. That's why I said, they're going to go ahead and name Joe Flacco the starter, then we can settle this. Everybody will be happy with Joe Flacco being the starter because he the only one that actually done won something. And you got film and done seen him actually do it. I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad. But we all know you beating around the bush, ain't solving no questions and settling nobody's minds. You just bringing up more questions. You trying to be vague, but at the same time, you just creating and stirring up more mess. But I think that's what they want anyway. This Browns is a circus. Because you didn't want to draft Shedeur. You only picked him because you felt sorry for him and his daddy. Didn't make no sense, bro.
This after the season, I'll call plays until I decide to change my mind.
Okay, and that could happen.
It could, yeah.
But you haven't yet.
Haven't yet.
That means he's calling plays.
Tony will tell you when I change my mind. He's in charge of that one.
At the annual meeting, you spoke why you thought the tush push should not be banned, and it wasn't. And you led us to believe back then that Mike Bloomgren had some creative ideas about short yardage. Will we see something different? I mean, you've used Harrison Bryant.
Right.
You've used Brissett and strict quarterback.
Yeah,
sneak.
Coach Bloomgren, you can go back and watch his Rice tape. I mean, they've done some really tush-push-like plays. So he, like any good offensive line coach, he feels strongly about short yardage and goal line, which is the fun part for us. So we've had a lot of conversations. What's the interesting thing for us is going to be the quarterback sneak, whether they ban this play or not, which they didn't, but the quarterback sneak is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And it may be 3rd and 2, and teams are going to run the quarterback sneak and run it twice. That is not going anywhere. How the quarterback that's under center, what's best for them, I think is the thing that also matters in this one, Tony. And you mentioned Harrison Bryant. You know, Harrison was a guy that had never taken a snap from center. We knew we were going to need a guy that had the ability to do it. We repped him. He did a nice job, and we did plays off of it. We did some perimeter plays off of it. So really understanding what the quarterback's comfort level is, what their how good they are at that position. I've mentioned it before. Jacoby Brissett's the best I've ever been around at that quarterback sneak, and Jacoby, when he did it, he did not want anyone pushing him. So I'm not against the idea of pushing, but I know there is this advantage if you don't have those two guys that are right to your right and your left. If they're not there, you have the ability to then go around the tight end this way or go around the tackle this way. So how that thing shakes out, I really think will be dependent on what the quarterback's comfort level
Kev,
is.
why are they so successful at it? I'm like you. I'm a football junkie. I've watched.
Let me answer your question real quick. So, Jaden Daniels with the VR, now everybody learned different. Now, everybody probably, like Joe Flacco, like they said, they were going to ask him how he ever used it. He might not like it. You know what I'm saying? Jaden Daniels is a younger quarterback, so he really might like it and used it to his advantage. Well, an older quarterback like Joe Flacco probably wouldn't like it. I think it all depends on the player. You know what I'm saying? I think it all depends on the player. What's up? How y'all doing tonight? Hey, hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and tell your friend about that money, man. You already know, man. We coming out here watching this full interview with Kevin Stefanski. I'm country folk, and I said that correctly. Ooh, let's go ahead.
I know the offense knows the snap count. That's the first advantage. Okay, they know when the ball's coming out, but it just seems like they get that. No one has been able to figure it out. Why?
They have great players. That's maybe the best offensive line in football. They have a great quarterback who also happens to be a power lifter. I mean, has as strong a lower body as anybody playing that position. And they teach great technique. A quarterback sneak should be, whether you push or not, should be in the 85, 90 percentile of conversion. When you have those great players, whether they push or not, they're going to stay up there in that percentage. If you didn't push, I could imagine teams putting guys behind the guards to push the guards because you're then not assisting the runner. I think that would happen. But, I think they have great players. Coach Stoutland does a great job coaching it, Coach Sirianni. So, and teams have tried to do it and have not had the success that they have had. So you have to give them credit.
Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski is our guest. All right, did you and Schwartz arm wrestle and you lost? That's how he got the first two players in the draft on the defensive side of the ball. Coach, no one's talking about your defense. Looks to be improved. You got two really solid players at the top of the draft. Last year, it looked like that group kind of wore down a little bit because of the offensive deficiencies.
The nice part for me, Tony, is I can't lose the draft because I like offense and defense. So, bring it on, whoever can help us win. Coach Schwartz really likes the young guys that we got on this roster. And the big
Hey, I got one question. Why y'all trade Travis Hunter then? This man play both. If you like both, he the most elite on both sides. I'm just saying. You contradicting yourself. You traded away the number 2 pick. Basically, you traded away Travis Hunter and traded up to get Shedeur when you didn't even want him.
Thing, our draft class, obviously we feel strongly about it, and there's miles to go before you can make decisions on these players, and it's our job as coaches and as an organization to develop these guys, but really excited about the group that we're able to put in because you're not making a lot of these decisions in terms of need. You're just trying to get good football players, and they happen to be at positions where we feel like they can affect this season early, particularly because they are very intelligent players. That's the other piece of this. It's not simple just to be a starter right away in week 1. Obviously, there's different positions maybe that it varies, but these guys are smart young men, and they're working their butts off on a daily basis to try to be able to help us in week 1.
Seems like the opportunity is there for a bunch of them to start maybe in week number 1. Is it a little different than in years past?
If they earn it, there's guys with them in those positions that they're going to have to beat out. But if they earn it, we're definitely not opposed to young players playing for us. The old days of, this rookie's not going to play for a year, that seems to not happen as much anymore.
Yeah.
Kevin, to us outsiders, you look at your roster and you look at the receiver position where you stocked up on numbers for reps. Yeah, you still have some questions after Jerry Jeudy. Tell us if Deontay Johnson's been active, and what do you make of him? And do you feel if you had to go into the season, what you have, can you win with it?
Yeah, we certainly can win with our group. Really like our group. Obviously, it starts with Jerry, who I think proved to maybe everybody what the type of player he is. And speaking of, another room to grow. I mean, I think Jerry, this will be year 2 with us where I feel like he can take another step. Excited about Ced Tillman. I know Ced's season didn't go exactly how he wanted it to go with the injury, but he's healthy and ready to roll. And then we have a bunch of young guys. I know unproven is probably true, but guys that we like, guys that we think can help us certainly in different ways. I think the other thing is just to think that you throw guys out and like, hey, you're going to go play this position. We have roles for these guys in certain ways. Deontay's a veteran that's played at a high level in this game, so we'll see as he gets involved more and these OTAs will be really good for him to just get in this system because it's new for him. But excited about the skill set, and he's got to obviously prove it to us, and that's where he is right now. He's excited to do that.
Seems like they need reps. They need reps. Those young guys need reps.
Everybody does. This is a hard thing to do with when you're talking about developing as a player, and it's reps, but it's the work they're doing in the weight room. It's the work that they're doing on their bodies. It's them getting mentally prepared. So it's such a all-encompassing thing to get ready to play in the NFL.
Riz has posted the schedule.
Look, it ain't hard to do if the coach can prepare them right. That's your job as the head coach and the coaching staff is to get your players ready to play. It ain't hard. They already bought in. Because if they're not bought in, they wouldn't have been to the NFL. Because they got to buy in to get a paycheck. So it's not hard, bro. That's the job of the head coach and the coaching staff to get your team ready to play. Like, come on. And the offensive thing with your comment, that's why you picking second in the draft. How you build an offense around running back screens and tight ends? How do you build an offense around that? What? You got to throw the ball vertical downfield. You got to move the chains and get a run game. You throwing the ball behind the line of scrimmage and to a tight end that ain't Rob Gronkowski. Come on, bro. But this is... They about to go 0-16, 0-18, yeah. Bro, I'm about to go 0-18, bro. This is ridiculous, bro. Yeah, hey, good luck. Hey, at this point, At that point, they need to trade Shedeur, bro. You got a 5-quarterback room because now Deshaun Watson's supposedly going to be ready to play, not week 1, but sometime this season. Like, what? Why you even draft 2 quarterbacks then? Why you even draft 2 quarterbacks? The owner already said he was done with them. But now, all of a sudden, Deshaun Watson might be able to play sometime during the season. I wouldn't even throw him in there, bro. I wouldn't even let him in the building. That's just me. But I know y'all paying him $230 million, so you like, well, he here. And we paying him. We don't want him sitting at home. Get out of here, bro.
Schedule right here in front of him, and a couple of times I've seen him look at those first 4 games, and he sort of shudders. It starts hard, and then no bye after London, but Pittsburgh after London. What were the first things you thought when you saw it?
Yeah, it's funny. I don't really think of it in terms of what game's hard because you just don't know. You don't know what 24 doesn't just roll over into 25. Teams are just different. We're different. They're different. Really, what you're looking for is where are those division games? Where?
Hey, I'm gonna be granted. I ain't watched too much of the Cleveland Browns. I'm just gonna take your word for that 2 tight end set. But you better be able to run that ball with them 2-headed monsters you got down. If you coming in there with 22 personnel, 21 personnel, whatever 20 personnel you coming in with, you better be able to run that ball if you're going to have 2 of them boys in there. But you still need a quarterback to throw it. You still need a quarterback to throw it. So it's like, they got to be on the field together too. But if they run that 20 personnel, then yeah, I get it. But how often, how I want to word this. What's the reality of how that's going to work in game consistently when teams start to pick up on it? Now, you might have to do a trip set, a quad set. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you going to go old school, nah, I ain't going to say all that. Hernandez and Gronk, I ain't going to say all that now. I got to see them play first. That was dynamic. Even though one of them was a murderer, but that was dynamic. I know it ain't. That's why I said, you go out my last video I just posted today, I'm telling you, I put the stats out. I was on my live last night. I did the same thing. I put the stats out. Watson and Kenny Pickett got the same stats from the last 3 years. Only difference is one of them make $2.6 million, the other one make $230 million. That's the only difference.
Where is that bye? Well, certainly we knew when we were going to London. We didn't know if the bye was going to come after that. I think we have Detroit before the London game, if I'm not mistaken. So really, we'll be busing to Detroit, get on an airplane for London, and we'll be busing to Pittsburgh. So it's not like you're flying 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then you look at where the bye is and you look at some of the division games and how you start the season and then how you finish the game in the division. So we're excited about it.
Did you request no bye after London?
You can request it, Tony. They don't automatically give you the bye now coming out of London. So we were open to the idea of the bye or a close game.
Coach, you weren't asked, but Hard Knocks, would you have a problem being on Hard Knocks? Is it a distraction for a coaching staff?
Yeah, I don't know what coach would say they'd want to be on Hard Knocks. Probably, they were outstanding last season. That they're true professionals. So I have no problems with Hard Knocks. I also have no problems when you do it as a division. You know that they're chopping it up in quarters, so you're only getting 15 minutes on the show. So they were totally professional. But if you're asking any coach, you'd certainly love to not be on it.
Yeah, and although I hate to say this, but we really wanted you on that. God, that would have been. Do we own the Hard Knocks franchise? The Browns were the best ever back in the day. You weren't here, but
hasn't been one comparable to 2018.
Hasn't been the same.
And by the way, we had a good year in 2018.
Yeah, we did. Coach Kevin Stefanski is our guest. So, Coach, the OTAs, the offseason, has it changed? It seems like there's more news now in the offseason than sometimes there is during the regular season in the NFL.
Well, you guys are in the news business. That's never going to change. That's always – our game is so popular. People, we have the number one sport in this country for a reason. Everybody wants to know more about what's going on in our building, at our practices. So I view that as a positive. Have OTAs changed? Yes, and Tony could probably tell you better than I could. But the days of full-on practices, of two-a-days, of some of the things that guys were put through. You can't even have a mini camp over the weekend anymore, Tony.
That's good. Good
Well, you
rule.
only
I
get,
like
you only
that.
get Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah,
right?
that's right. So there's a lot of things that have been done that I think have been really beneficial to the players in terms of taking care of them, which I'm not opposed to.
So I want to ask you this question I asked Andrew Berry. Left-handed quarterback. Any adjustment to the spin of the ball that receivers have to make?
Not really. That's a good question. It's a question I've asked of coaches that have lefties and righties, and all of them kind of said it was a nothing thing. I think players, when they first catch that ball, maybe get a little bit of a pre-practice, get a little bit of an understanding of how it comes out. But no, there's not a huge adjustment that's being made.
So why are left-footed punters so coveted?
Yeah, I think because of how that ball, the passes are happening at a higher number of rate maybe, so the punts aren't happening as often. So just judging how the ball turns over, it's almost like if you had a lefty that only threw deep balls, you'd have to get adjusted to how that deep ball turns over. So those punts, how they come off spinning are a little bit different, and where they tail off at the end is definitely different.
We should probably talk about why you're here today. I don't know.
You know why I'm here? To
45
be
minutes?
with you guys.
Yeah, I'm sure
That's
you
why I'm
are.
here.
Yeah. Coach, talk about your foundation, how important it is for you to give back to the community. You're a big family man, and this means more to you, I think, than people
I don't want to
think.
skip it.
Yeah, I mean,
but
you hit it there. I mean, talking about giving back and,
I'm not
and being
promoting.
family. This is our family's foundation, and we started this last year, so we're going into year 2. We started it only for that very reason, because we've been treated so well, and we want to give back. We've been so blessed, so lucky, so fortunate in this town for people to look out for us, people to take care of us. I can't tell you how lucky I am to have 3 kids that I'm raising here, going to school here. It's been special for us. So I have this platform, I have this ability then to give back to a community that's been so good to us, and we want to do that. So we started the Keepers Foundation last year, and the idea behind Keepers is we are our brother's keeper, we are our sister's keeper, and we want to look out. We want to be the ones, because we've been looked out for. Let's look out for the people in the community that need us, and that's the disadvantaged youth in our community. So that's what we're raising money. We're having events to make sure that we can give back to those communities. So we had this year, we had our Under the Lights camp, a flag football camp down at the stadium, which was really fun for me and for my family and for these kids to get them playing on the field. They watch their guys play on Sundays. And then on Wednesday in Berea, we'll have Keepers Day. So you'll see some T-shirts and some raising awareness, and you'll see some of our guests out there from the foundation taking in practice. And then June 12th, we have our event, Night Out by the Lake, which will be June 12th, Thursday at Truss over there on West 25th Street. So a really fun event. People that were there last year can tell you it's a very unique programming. We'll have a lot of our players down there, and dinner, drinks, and a lot of laughs, and just all in the under the idea of organization. Olympics, I'm all for it.
Kev, sources told me, sorry, Tony, that at the night, the flag football night, that the kids really wanted.
Dealing with that, with understanding.
I wasn't calling into anything that you open up.
You were there.
I met every single one of them. I know the love of their brownies and what it means. So that's why I take my job seriously. I don't take myself seriously, but I take my job seriously because I know how important it is to people.
So
You're listening to 850 ESPN Cleveland. People want to, I think there's a perception that we're just here this year to get ready for next year. Please tell everyone that's not the case.
Yeah, man.
And people want to, I think there's a perception that we're just here this year to get ready for next year. Please tell everyone that's not the case.
Yeah, man. Come down to Berea and say that to our players in the locker room, or say that to our coaches. We are full speed ahead. There's no tomorrow when it comes to football coaches and players and our organization. 2025 is a really, really important year for us, and we want to make sure that we obviously build this thing the right way. Now we're not yet into OTA, so there's a ton of work that still needs to be done. But I'm excited about the group we have, and I'm talking players, coaches. I think it's got the right mix of I say kids, guys,
Younger guys
that
and veterans.
that are hungry.
Yeah.
It's got the right mix of veterans that want to prove something. And if people doubt us, that's their prerogative.
Now, we all know Cleveland Browns, they searching for stuff. So it's like you can be in and out of that real quick. But it looked like the way he talking, it looked like he gonna be there for another 2 years at least. That's what it sound like. That's just to me. I don't know. That's how it sound like to me. That he gonna be there another 2 years, at least another year. But hey, I don't know.
All right, go ahead. Do we want to hear these?
Well,
They're from our
Of course,
listeners.
yeah, fire away.
First of all, Cyril wants you to name the horse Rowdy K after Tony's horse. Let's not do that.
Is there trademark problems there?
God, no. You don't want the curse that goes with that, though. Trust me.
I'm gonna
PTS.
keep Tony as far away from these horses as possible.
Who dresses up like you
Yeah.
and has the giant,
This window like this as we're doing.
which isn't bad.
See, that
Kev,
was
how
something
long-
I have to do it, so I know how long I pee. That was an anti.
And here's what happens. When the Browns win, people are like, man, those are some great plays. And when the Browns lose, the caller goes, it's the Cheesecake Factory. We cook a lot of things, but we don't cook any of them well.
When it comes to play calling, you can't win unless you win.
There you go.
So I would suggest Grand Slam breakfast for your horse's name for the Danny's menu.
Boy, that's to own a horse is, I'm sure you're going to find out, but it's not all it's cracked up to be. Hey, Tate, what do you think?
Those vet bills add up.
And it doesn't come out the same way it goes in.
Gotta be better. I've got to be better. Spirit on the board in your own.
Something. In a meeting, I will always chime in great horse name. So we know them.
Yeah. About.
Keepers Foundation.
Man, I don't think we learned nothing. We ain't learned nothing from the interview. He was so vague with it, like, now they talking about horse names. Like, I can't even be serious with this team no more, bro. I don't even know, bro. I don't know what to say. Like, we was all hype, and now it's like, I want Shedeur gone for real. Like, I don't even want him nowhere near this team. Did what Deion said, in certain teams we don't want to go to. And I'm pretty sure the Browns was number one. And this is the exact reason why. Like, come on, bro. You talking about all that media attention y'all getting. Y'all getting all the media attention because of Shedeur. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. This is y'all tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think, bro.
Productivity shouldn't be complicated. That's why I switched to
I don't even know. I can't even speak on it no more.
Go to the Daily Grocery. It is Friday, May 23rd. How are we feeling today, Tony?
I'd be feeling much better if summer arrived this weekend.
I was about to say, you're wearing a coat right now. That can't be a good sign. It's May 23rd.
Yeah.
All right, Tony, we are back in Berea next week for OTAs, open to media next Wednesday. Cannot wait to get back out there. Kevin Stefanski made his annual trip to the Really Big Show this morning. You sat in on that. That full interview is going to be up on our ESPN Cleveland YouTube page. It might already be up there, so go watch that.
That the veterans, it's kind of a competition between the veterans, and then the one with the rookies is to determine, their spot on the quarterback depth chart. That's only natural, unless something would come out of nowhere and one of the rookies would just leap forward. But I think the coach is going about it to a point where at some point, getting ready for the season, preparing the team to know its starting quarterback is the number one priority. And that's in a distance yet. It's not on his mind right now when that should be.
Well, yeah, and he did specifically say, hey, the reps aren't going to be divided up 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%, which is kind of the first time that he did let that out of the bag that, hey, it's not going to be all equal.
No, he kind of hinted at that on the second night of the draft weekend, but I think it's unrealistic to continue to portray this as a four-man open competition.
Hold on. I thought he did say that. Did I miss that? I thought he said everybody gonna get the same amount of reps. Am I confused? Did I hear that wrong? Now they saying he didn't say that. Yeah, they want to see 12 play. But we all know this a business. Exactly why he fell in the draft, because it's a business. And these owners, that's the other skin folk, they want to make their money. But I'm pretty sure that he said that they going to be even reps. I ain't think he said they not going to be even.
Now, right now, it could be. We haven't even started OTAs. That starts Tuesday. Yeah. But I think by the time they get through the mandatory mini camp at the end of June, that the coaches will know what their pecking order will be in training camp. And I think the two veterans. Now, which one will be one and which one will be two is anyone's guess right now.
Yeah. He also spoke about the QB room, which has been, a big thing. Shedeur talked about it with Kay Adams the other day. She's like, Joe Flacco's great. Deshaun's great. Kenny Pickett's great. Kevin Stefanski he still talks about Deshaun like he's on the team. So it does not seem like he's not, like he might not play, but he will be in the room, right? Is that how the dynamics of this is all going out?
There's no reason not for him to be in the room. Yeah. It's also part of his rehab, his mental rehab, to get back into the game by doing things that he's able to do at this time of year, which is all mental stuff.
I don't know what to believe no more, man. I really don't. Like, this is, I'm pretty sure Buddy said that they were going to get equal amount of reps. I think they just got the clipboard. Did y'all let me know what y'all heard?
Looking for that cream to rise to the top. You bring in a veteran like Joe Flacco, a guy who that he's going to come in, he's going to play steady for you. So if we need a guy that can go in and play right now, Joe Flacco's going to be the guy. And then the next, coming up, of course, you got Pickett, Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel, and those guys. And so, look, those guys are going to get the reps. I don't know how many reps they're going to get at this point in time, but whatever reps you get, then you got to show what it is that you bring to the table. So, the way this thing's going to play out is the best guy is going to play. I mean, that's the way I feel about it. And I know that one guy has really gotten all of the attention, but there's an opportunity for, like you said, a lot of guys to get to work during this season, this offseason, and into training camp to get that starting nine. What we are looking at is
I'm trying to. So what Charles Woodson got to do with it? Is he coaching or he part on the other team? Because he talking like he coaching, but he ain't got that much pull in the ownership. But you got 0.1% of the team. That ain't enough for no voting power. I wouldn't think, unless they got him in a different role. Did, but he said one person can stand behind the other and mimic the rep, or they can stand in front of the big screen and get rep. That's what I was thinking, the actual team reps. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about that virtual stuff. And anybody can go in there at any time and get a virtual rep. I'm talking about the on the field team reps.
Multiple beat writers say that. I've heard multiple radio hosts, multiple journalists, multiple beat writers say this. You know, I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired of talking about it already. I'm so tired of talking about this competition already. It's just so frustrating. I think it's really crazy that people who do this this your job, man. It's your job to talk about the Browns in the quarterback battle. What are you talking about you tired of? I think if a lot of people really sat down and actually was doing tape and actually was like really breaking down tape, I think it would make their life much more enjoyable. You wouldn't be surprised how many people that'll say, I don't like Dylan Gabriel or I don't like Shedeur Sanders and ain't never seen them play a game, have only seen highlights. So what we have is every single time that we get people in training camp and we trying to talk about Shedeur Sanders or we talk about quarterback play or we talking about anything, there ain't no substance behind what they talking about. Go to the field and see who's balling. It don't matter if the Browns passed on Shedeur Sanders 75 times. Is he in the building? Is he performing? Is he balling?
Man, their whole franchise is unusual, man. But we paying more and more attention to the Browns just because of one player. Like the Browns, even Myles Garrett getting his $100 million contract, we ain't even talk about the Browns like this. Like, come on, bro.
He's done a great job of interacting. Shedeur's a great kid, and whether it's a following that he's earned, I mean, that's something that he's done a great job of interacting with fans. And but he is a great kid. You guys will get to know him more. He's working like crazy, just like all the guys. He's another young man. These rookies, you know, my office is downstairs. As they got to walk by my office as they come in. They come in early. And Shedeur, just like all those guys, he's in there early. He's getting his.
Man, I don't know who to believe. I don't know who to believe. Mary Kate, the coach, the media. I don't know who to believe. Everybody confusing me. He need to get out of that, bro. You know, I'm happy he got drafted, but I'm just comparing. Even though Travis went number 2, Shedeur went in the 5th round. I'm just thinking about how the Jaguars are praising and talking about Travis, and we over here on the Browns, it ain't nothing but confusion, hate, misdirection, distractions, and ain't none of it coming from Shedeur. Like they say it would. The whole circus is the franchise. It ain't even Shedeur. The team, the players in the team probably want him to play. It's the teammates, but they gonna try to not play him. And then I don't see what is gonna hurt the name Shedeur as the starter, or name Joe Flacco as the starter. But if in this case, name Kenny Pickett as a starter. Like, you done had all these different quarterbacks over all these different years. What difference they gonna make? It ain't gonna make no difference because you ain't got no starter. You ain't got no QB1. Just name somebody. If they don't work out, well, go to the next one. That's why you drafted 2 quarterbacks. That's why you traded for one, signed an old one, and drafted 2. Why you already had one on your roster. Y'all created this mess. Like, this ridiculous, man. Just name somebody already. I know you got to evaluate. But you pretty set you probably going to start Joe Flacco. Just based on what he said about learning the offense and a lot of stuff they got to learn, the rookies and all that. That means you ain't trying to play no rookie. And that's just me. I don't know. That's just what I heard when I listened. But it don't make no sense, bro. This all confusing. I ain't getting no clarity from this interview at all. What we need to see here is, what's her name? Andrew Berry. That's who I want to see. That's what I want to see. What Andrew Berry got to say. because, well, I got more subscribers than them. This is. They got a video here where Shedeur Sanders' popularity hurt him. With Dylan Gabriel beat out Shedeur Sanders. Who would be the odd man out? I still think it's Kenny Pickett, but I don't know. I don't know, bro. This is like whoever said that. I can't even remember what the comment was. Whoever said that about they just trying to get people to stay tuned and watch, cause they making so much money by people just viewing everything they got to do with Cleveland, buying Cleveland merch, buying Cleveland this, buying Cleveland that. They making so much money off of Shedeur. It's crazy. Pay him $4.6 million and then make $400 million off of him. It's crazy, bro. That's the way the world is, man. And I hate to say it, but they're how the other skin folk work. It ain't all of them. It's by control, power, and money, man. It's just ridiculous. Appreciate you, Mike. Yes, $400 million. Yes. Think about it, bro. Think about it. Or lady, I don't know. I can't see y'all faces. But think about it. The Browns about to sell out every preseason game. They probably ain't did that in years. No. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Then I'm about to get off. I'm tired. I'm about to be honest. What I think gonna happen is they're gonna start Joe Flacco. They're gonna go 0-5 or whatever. They might squeak out a surprise win and win one game. Then it's just how right now. It could change. What I'm saying. But right now we speak, right now on May 23rd, the way the situation look, but we all still confused. Joe Flacco gonna be the starter. He gonna start 0-6 or 0-5, whatever it is, because that's what they predicted anyway. Then the season gonna be over. Then they gonna try to play the rookies, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur. They're gonna throw both of them in there. And then that's why they traded Travis Hunter away. They get Jacksonville first round pick, even though Jacksonville ain't gonna be picking in the top 10 because they got Travis Hunter. So now they're gonna try to get one of them quarterbacks next year that ain't gonna do nothing. They're gonna try to get Arch Manning that ain't gonna wanna, and Archie, his granddad, ain't gonna let him come to Cleveland. So now you still in a pickle because you gonna try to get Arch Manning and can't get him because his granddad gonna come up and say, we not playing for them, but then it ain't gonna even be no big deal because they coming from him. Now you trade Shedeur, trade Dylan Gabriel to get something for him, or they might trade Shedeur and keep Dylan Gabriel. That's how it gonna work, bro. That's just my opinion. I caught the language, and I caught what he didn't say too. And he didn't say that. He didn't say Shedeur earned nothing. He said them rookies got a lot to learn. That means they not playing. As at this moment right here today, that's what I'm saying. Based on what he said in the interview, I ain't talking about what he gonna say in the future, because I'm pretty sure they can learn quick. Shedeur need to be in that VR right now. They probably won't win more than 5 games, but that's what I'm saying. The season was over with before he even started. Like, y'all just need to get out that division then or get a better team. Because I don't get it. I don't get it, bro. I don't even know how y'all a Browns fan. I'm not a Browns fan. I just got the hat, and I'm here for Shedeur, just like everybody else. Because this is worse than the Falcons. And being a Falcon fan is hard. I think this worse than the Falcons. Sheesh. How I'm tripping. How I'm tripping. Nah, he got to say that because they told him to be vague about all. Don't answer these questions straight up. Which I don't understand why not. It ain't like you losing anything. Like you ain't got no. It ain't like Deshaun the starter and y'all trying to replace him. As far as he gonna play this year, that's what I'm talking about. Cause they really is trying to replace him. But what I'm saying is, it ain't like Deshaun was in there, he played good, and y'all drafted 2 quarterbacks in the draft, and then signed 2 more. But Deshaun played good. No, you ain't got nothing to lose. I don't know, Cowboy. Y'all got positivity. Cowboy fan gonna win the Super Bowl every year. Browns say they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose every year. Complete opposite. Complete opposite, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know what to believe no more.
What they have in either Shedeur or Gabriel before the season is over, because there's a chance that they'll be at the top of a good quarterback draft again next year. So I think they'll move quickly to getting those guys on the field to see what type of players they will be. I'll say Shedeur.
But that's why I said the name Joe Flacco the starter. You don't have to name Shedeur the starter. You name Joe Flacco the starter.
It's going to be Shedeur. I don't know when, though. I don't know if it's the start of the season or 3, 4, 5 games into the season. But before they get to the mid-season mark, he's going to be the starting quarterback and taking the reps. They'll all split reps in training camp. They'll get equal amount of reps. And then we'll start to notice those reps are dying from somebody, right? It'll either be Joe Flacco will be sitting over there with the coaches laughing while Shedeur is batting it out with the other guys. Or we'll look up and Dylan Gabriel won't be practicing one day because it'll be Kenny Pickett's turn. And that's how he'll win the veteran players over. That's how he'll win some of the younger guys over and the coaching staff, by performing when the opportunity presents itself when he's with the 1s and the 2s. Yeah. And that's how they'll grade him. But I think he'll come out on top. You know, the crazy thing is I am confident it's going to be Shedeur. I don't know when, though. I don't know if it's the start of the season or 3, 4, 5 games.
That was stupid, though. Why wouldn't you want Joe Flacco to come back after what he just did? Just because you don't want to hear the fans screaming, put Joe Flacco in? That's what fans do. You still make the decision? Like, that's ridiculous, man. You gonna put Deshaun Watson in regardless, because you done paid that man $230 million. Now, if he started playing bad or got hurt just like he did again, then you got Joe Flacco. Now, he comes save the day again. But no. But this franchise is a joke. I don't know how people are Cleveland Browns fans. I really don't. The media don't believe in them. The fans the only one that believe in them. But it got to be a majority of them out here believing they just a losing franchise, but I love them anyway. You ain't got nothing to lose, bro. Name Joe Flacco the starter. Roll them out there week 1. Let them play. when you really know you want to put Shedeur in, you still take the pressure off Shedeur. Take the pressure off the rookie, even though I think, and I know he probably can handle it. But just name the vet, the true vet, the day one starter, trade Kenny Pickett. Man, this is, I'm getting tired of talking about it. He talking about, I don't get paid. I ain't getting paid to talk about it every day. But everybody want to talk about it every day. Yeah, they really don't want to win. They don't want to win because they want another high draft pick to get Arch Manning. That ain't going to come. Ridiculous, man. I keep looking at this camera, but this one up here, GG. Meanwhile, he out there having the time of his life, boy. Travis just happy. Look what he said.
Athlete with amazing confirmation. The confirmation that he's a supreme athlete with amazing body control. But I think my favorite thing that I've seen, and we believed this when we drafted him, is the type of human being he is. Right. The competitive nature, the desire to be great as an individual, the good teammate. How this is the second overall pick, a guy who won the Heisman, is going to play both ways, and he doesn't separate himself out from the rest of the rookies. Doing it right is really important to him. And so that combined with just the natural joy he brings because of his personality, everything I expected and more, and really looking forward to when we actually start playing real football.
Man, I don't care about him marrying that girl. Should have got rid of her. But hey, you like who you like. But nah. Inflicted. I'm tired of guessing too, man. It's like, can we just get to the preseason games already then? Since that how they gonna get evaluated? I'm just telling you what everybody trying to tank for now. They trying to get Arch Manning just because his last name. But it's flipped when it's a Sanders. Hey, he better than Deshaun Watson and this foolery the Browns got going on. That's all I'm saying. Man, I'm about to tell y'all good night because it's over with. I can't even think no more after hearing that whole 30-something minute conversation. We ain't learned nothing. No, they didn't do Kate like that, boy. Bro, they're gonna be the most watched and sold out. Cause they trying to see Shedeur. That's all it is. But I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. I don't know what I'm gonna post tomorrow. I don't know. But I appreciate y'all for coming, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share, tell your friend about that money, man. You already know, man. We coming with these Colorado Browns, supposedly more Shedeur news, and this circus of the franchise we keeping track of right now, man. Hey, I'm trying to keep it entertaining, funny, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do this permanently on a daily basis. If y'all want to donate, we can do that too. Super chat, all that. Pay me. Send me some money. Hey, do all that. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm up out of this thing.
Yo. From prime to the pros, I was built for this. Now I'm running the dog pound, can't miss. They said I fold, now I'm throwing like 6. Browns got the future, I came with a gift. Pocket so calm, heart full of fight. Vision on gold, wrist full of ice. Number 12 on the jersey, but never in rank. Put the city on my back like gas in the tank.
QB1 in the land, now we up. She ain't cold, but the kid too tough. She with the dance, playing each play. Browns got the truth, believe what I say. Perfect timing. Dog pound. Every snap, every drive, it's precision and grace. I ain't come to play safe, I came to replace. Talk that talk, but my game too loud. Turn up the dog pound, make prime proud. Legacy rich, but I double the grind. Diamonds on time, still humble in mind. They ain't ready for the QB with swag, with a gold AP and a Cleveland flag. QB1 in the land, now we up. Still ain't cold, but the kid too tough. Shade you with the dares, blazing each play. Hey, Ross got the truth, believe what I say. From bolder nights to NFL dreams, now I'm leading men, not just teams. They tried to doubt, tried to shade, tried to run me out. Now they chant my name in the dog pound call. QB1 in the land, gold cleats on grass. But never fold, never fake, just built to last. Watch the throne, I ain't ask, I just grab. The shady, you're in Cleveland, welcome to the flag.
Yo, from prime to the pros, I was built for this. Now I'm running the dog pound, can't miss. They said I fold, now I'm throwing like 6. Browns got the future, I came with a gift. Pocket so calm, heart full of fight. Vision on gold, wrist full of ice. Number 12 on the jersey, but never in rank. Put the city on my back like gas in the tank.
QB1 in the land, now we up. She ain't cold, but the kid too tough. She with the dance, playing each play. Browns got the truth, believe what I say. Perfect timing. Dog pound. Every snap, every drive, it's precision and grace. I ain't come to play safe, I came to replace. Talk that talk, but my game too loud. Turn up the dog pound, make prime proud. Legacy rich, but I double the grind. Diamonds on time, still humble in mind. They ain't ready for the QB with swag, with a gold AP and a Cleveland flag. QB1 in the land, now we up. Still ain't cold, but the kid too tough. Shade you with the dares, blazing each play. Hey, Ross got the truth, believe what I say. From bolder nights to NFL dreams, now I'm leading men, not just teams. They tried to doubt, tried to shade, tried to run me out. Now they chant my name in the dog pound call. QB1 in the land, gold cleats on grass. But never fold, never fake, just built to last. Watch the throne, I ain't ask, I just grab. The shady, you're in Cleveland, welcome to the flag.
prime to the pros, I was built for this. Now I'm running the dog pound, can't miss. They said I fold, now I'm throwing like 6. Browns got the future, I came with a gift. Pocket so calm, heart full of fight. Vision on gold, wrist full of ice. Number 12 on the jersey, but never in rank. Put the city on my back like gas in the tank.
QB1 in the land, now we up. She let go, but the kid too tough. She with the dad's playing each play. Browns got the truth, believe what I say.
Perfect timing. Dog pound.
Every snap, every drive, it's precision and grace. I ain't come to play safe, I came to replace. Talk that talk, but my game too loud. Turn up the dog pound, make prime proud. Legacy rich, but I double the grind. Diamonds on time, still humble in mind. They ain't ready for the QB with swag. With a gold AP and a Cleveland flag. QB1 in the land, now we up. Sleeling cold, but the kid too tough. Shade you with the dares, blazing each play. Raw's got the truth, believe what I say. From bolder nights to NFL dreams, now I'm leading men, not just teams. They tried to doubt, tried to shade, tried to run me out. Now they chant my name in the dog pound, call QB1 in the land, gold cleats on grass. But never fold, never fake, just built to last. Watch the throne, I ain't ask, I just grab. The Shedeur in Cleveland, welcome to the flag.
Yo, from prime to the pros, I was built for this. Now I'm running the dog pound, can't miss. They said I fold, now I'm throwing like 6. Browns got the future, I came with a gift. Pocket so calm, heart full of fight. Vision on gold, wrist full of ice. Number 12 on the jersey, but never in rank. Put the city on my back like gas in the tank.
QB1 in the land, now we up. She let go, but the kid too tough. She with the dad's playing each play. Browns got the truth, believe what I say.
Perfect timing. Dog pound.
Every snap, every drive, it's precision and grace. I ain't come to play safe, I came to replace. Talk that talk, but my game too loud. Turn up the dog pound, make prime proud. Legacy rich, but I double the grind. Diamonds on time, still humble in mind. They ain't ready for the QB with swag. With a gold AP and a Cleveland flag. QB1 in the land, now we up. Sleeling cold, but the kid too tough. Shade you with the dares, blazing each play. Raw's got the truth, believe what I say. From bolder nights to NFL dreams, now I'm leading men, not just teams. They tried to doubt, tried to shade, tried to run me out. Now they chant my name in the dog pound, call QB1 in the land, gold cleats on grass. But never fold, never fake, just built to last. Watch the throne, I ain't ask, I just grab. The Shedeur in Cleveland, welcome to the flag.
From prime to the pros, I was built for this. Now I'm running the dog pound, can't miss. They said I fold, now I'm throwing like 6. Browns got a future, I came with a gift. Pocket so calm, heart full of fight. Vision on gold, wrist full of ice. Number 12 on the jersey, but never in rank. Put the city on my back like gas in the tank.
QB1 in the land, now we up. She let go, but the kid too tough. She with the dance, playing each play. Browns got the truth, believe what I say.
Perfect timing. Dog pound.
Every snap, every drive, it's precision and grace. I ain't come to play safe, I came to replace. Talk that talk, but my game too loud. Turn up the dog pound, make prime proud. Legacy rich, but I double the grind. Diamonds on time, still humble in mind. They ain't ready for the QB with swag. With a